He had survived the impossible twice, but survival comes at a cost. By the time the third round of horror rolled around, player 456 wasn't just a returning contestant. He was a man already drowning in guilt, grief, and the haunting silence of all those who never made it out. At first, his return seemed like a choice, a mission. He wanted to expose the games, bring them down from the inside. But inside is where the real damage happened, inside his mind, his soul. And no plan, no matter how righteous, could shield him from the blood that would inevitably be spilled again. The early rounds barely touched him, not physically. He was too experienced, too cautious for that. But mentally, he watched young, hopeful faces walk into the arena just as he once had, unaware that they were statistics in a cruel social experiment. He recognized his past self in their desperation. That hurt the most. When the third game hit, everything changed. It wasn't a test of agility or teamwork or blind luck. It was psychological warfare. Contestants were randomly paired up. The rules were simple. Only one survives. The method of choosing the survivor? Up to the pair. A coin toss, a vote, a fight to the death. The decision lay in their hands. Player 456 was paired with a teenager named Gi-hun, no older than his daughter. A street kid, scrappy and smart, who had been surviving on instinct and luck. He reminded Gi-hun of the younger players from Season 1. Ali, Ji-young, the ones who believed in kindness until the very end. They had 1 hour. At first, they refused to choose. They talked, stalled, even laughed. Ji-hun offered to throw the game. Said he didn't have anyone waiting for him. Said player 456 had more reason to live. But the words felt rehearsed, like they were meant to ease the guilt of what Ji-hun planned to do if Gi-hun didn't take the bait. The guards intervened at the 30-minute mark, flooding the room with footage. Ji-hun's younger sister waiting in an orphanage, her face streaked with dirt and tears. Her words, "Appa promised he'd come back." A subtle reminder. Every player has someone. No one is truly expendable. Gi-hun lost it, not at Ji-hun, but at himself, at the system, at the realization that he was now part of the very machinery he once vowed to destroy. He begged the cameras to stop. He screamed into the void, hoping someone, anyone, would show mercy. But mercy has no seat in the Squid Game. With 5 minutes left, the room darkened. A single light appeared in the center. A voice crackled overhead. Decide or both will be eliminated. Ji-hun stood. Gi-hun reached for him, thinking he'd make a run for it, maybe lunge with a hidden weapon. Instead, the boy pulled out the coin from his pocket. Standard issue, given to every team. Heads, you live, he said, placing the coin in Gi-hun's palm. Tails, I do. Gi-hun froze, not because of the coin, but because the boy had surrendered all control, just like Ali had once done with his marbles. History wasn't repeating. It was mocking him. He didn't flip the coin. He couldn't. With 10 seconds remaining, he shoved the coin back into Ji-hun's hand and stepped into the light himself. Tell your sister, he whispered. Her brother is stronger than I ever was. The timer hit 0. Nothing happened. A beep. Then a second one. A glass panel opened in the ceiling. 2 gas canisters dropped. Only one mask. Ji-hun screamed, threw the coin aside, and shoved Gi-hun to the ground, forcing the mask over his face. The last thing Gi-hun saw before passing out was Ji-hun's silhouette collapsing in the mist, mouth open, eyes wide. He awoke in a white room, alone, alive, winner of the round. There was no celebration, no cheer, only a small envelope with a note inside. The mask chooses. He tore it apart. He hadn't chosen to live. Ji-hun had. And that realization, more than the gas, the games, or the guilt, broke him. In the following episodes, Gi-hun barely spoke. He stopped strategizing. He didn't make alliances. He refused food. The fire was gone. Even when the game masters offered him an escape, leave the games, but lose the chance to ever take them down, he didn't budge. Because he knew the truth now. He wasn't a hero. He was a survivor. That meant he had outlived better people, kinder people, braver people. The final episode brought him face to face with the front man once more. This time, no masks, just truths. You came to destroy the system, the front man said, but maybe you are the system. Gi-hun didn't deny it. He couldn't. Because he had made it through every level of hell and still chose to stay. That night, he visited the dorm where it happened, the game room with the coin, the gas, and the lie. The coin lay in the corner. He flipped it. Heads. Then again. Tails. Then again. It landed on its edge. He left it there. Some choices aren't meant to be made. Some games never end.